ano na lang po, dito po yung ating program team, Ma'am Marisa.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am Sharon, Sir Romel, ang wala lang yung kay Sir Bondok na Google Drive, no? Tsaka yung kay Ma'am Ladines. Sinend namin kay Ma'am Ladines yung link. Baka magla-live si Ma'am.
like a dream come true. 2, wanna be with you. 3, girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me.
It's too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. Nobody gonna love me better.
I must stick with you forever.
Nobody gonna take me higher. I must stick with you. 1, 2, 3. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Na mabagal.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Whoa.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Kaya salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Pag-ibig mo, lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita. Na namimiss kita.
Sa'kin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Ipagdarasal pa rin kita.
Hey there baby, ngayon lang ako nakakita ng katulad mo. You got me crazy. Kahit sinong lalaki mo babaliw sa'yo. Panahon nandun ka pa, laging pumupunta. Di naisahan, may sorpresa ka laging dala. Ang saya-saya, ayoko lang pahalata. Kasi okay na naman ako basta magkasama ka.
Bakit ba kung kailan ka inaisip na di bitawan? Ikaw yung paraiso, di ba?
Di ko mapayag na di kita kasama. Kung magkayagap daig pa mag-asawa. Nakaalalay sa anumang bagay. Wala man ako sa sarili, laging nandaan ka.
Ang isayaw ng mabagal.
Gusto ko, ako lang gusto.
Ngayon alam ko nang hindi ko kaya mabuhay nang wala ka. Kahit saan man tayo magpunta, di na hanang magkikita.
You and me together, gusto ko sa'kin ikaw. Pangako sa iyo, hindi ka na mag-iisa. Mahalin ka, wala na akong iba. Ikaw lang ang aking dalagang Pilipina. Ikaw yung dalaga, ikaw yung prinsesa. Pag nawala ka pa, nakakawalang gana, baby.
Kaso lang wala na nga, pero alam ko na masaya ka na. Sa mundo ko wala nang makakagawa, magkakatumbas na yung napadama. Salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Ibig mo, lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita. Na namimiss kita.
Sa'kin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko, kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarisal pa rin kita. Ipagdarisal pa rin kita.
Ikaw na maganda na talaga sa aking mata.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata.
Miss na kita, baby, hindi ko na kaya. Sobrang saya, muli tayong magsasama. Nadarang na naman sa'yo nga boy. Bakit ba laging hinahayaan?
May nakita kong isang lalaki, di ko malimutan ang kanyang imahe. Ano ba ang iyong pangalan noong nakita kita? Ako'y di mapagali.
Ikaw na lang ang katabi buong gabi. O pwede tayong magbabaga pag nalalamig. O magdamag na gasindi buong gabi. Sarap kasi ng tama kahit na mali.
Meron akong tinatago, di ko lang maamin. Pagdating kasi sa'yo ako'y mahihain. Pero kahit anong oras mo ako tawagin, darating ako sobrang lakas mo kasi sa'kin. Tell me if you want me, baby boy, sabihin mo. Baga pwede ka na mapasakin kung gusto mo sa
Baby,
piling mo.
pauwi na
Tell me if you want me, baby. Tell me if you want me, if you want me, if you want me, baby.
I just want your body, baby, lika na. Di na ko galit, baby, uwi ka na. Hinihintay kita dito kanina pa. I just want your body, na na.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata.
Ikaw na ang pinaka maganda na talaga sa aking mata. Yeah. Ikaw na pala ang may-ari ng damdamin ng minamahal ko.
Pakisabi na lang na huwag nang mag-alala, okay lang ako.
Parang tangang kausap ang tala at buwan, naghihintay ng meron sa gitna ng kawalan.
Akala ko'y habang buhay tayo, akala ko'y hanggang dulo. Kaya't humiling ako kay Bathala. Sana ay hindi na siya luluha pa.
Kapag naalala ko ang mga araw na magkasama tayong dalawa, ngiti at luha sa aking mga mata. Ganun na pala tayo dati kasaya.
Ingatan mo siya, pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal na kahit tagal ko ring binubuo, na kahit tagal ko
Sa
ring
bawat saglit, hanggang masaktan, kahit di mo alam.
subukang muli
At pagbigyan ang ating nakaraan.
natapos na ang lahat, nandito pa rin ako.
Kailan kaya muling magkakatawa?
Di ko alam, di ko alam.
Ingatan mo siya,
Pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal na kahit tagal ko rin binuo, na kahit tagal ko rin hindi sinuko. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal, gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
put your head on my shoulder, hold me in your arms, baby. Squeeze me oh so
Isn't she
tight.
lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? There's no
Sandan mo
middle.
sana ang ulo mo sa unan, katawan mo ay aking kukumutan. Oh, Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Hawak kamay, pikit mata, sumasabay sa musika. At night, I think of you. I want to be your lady. Heart like a dream come true. Two, wanna be with you. Three, girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me. It's too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. Nobody gonna love me better. I must stick with you forever. Nobody gonna take me higher. I must stick with you. 1, 2, 3. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. 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 Kaya salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Pag-ibig mo, lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita. Na namimiss kita. Sa'kin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Hey there baby, ngayon lang ako nakakita ng katulad mo. You got me crazy, kahit sinong lalaki mo babaliw sa'yo. Panahon nandun ka pa, laging pumupunta. Di naisahan may sorpresa ka laging dala. Ang saya-saya, ayoko lang pahalata. Kasi okay na naman ako basta magkasama ka. Bakit ba kung kailan ka inaisip na di bitawan? Ikaw yung paraiso, di ba? Di ko mapayag na di kita kasama. Kung magkayagap daig pa mag-isawa. Nakaalalay sa anong bagay. Wala man ako sa sarili, laging mandaan ka. Ang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto ko lang gusto. Ngayon alam ko nang hindi ko kaya mabuhay nang wala ka. Kahit saan man tayo magpunta, di na tanang magkikita. You and me together, gusto ko sa'kin ikaw. Pangako sa iyo, hindi ka na mag-iisa. Mahalin ka, wala na akong iba. Ikaw lang ang aking dalagang Pilipina. Ikaw yung dalaga, ikaw yung prinsesa. Pag nawala ka pa, nakakawalang gana, baby. Kaso lang wala na nga, pero alam ko na masaya ka na. Sa mundo ko wala nang makakagawa, magkakatumbas na yung napadama. Salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Ibig mo lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita. Na namimiss kita. Sa'kin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Ikaw na maganda na talaga sa aking mata. Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata. Miss na kita, baby, hindi ko na kaya. Sobrang saya, uli tayong magsasama.
kalimutan ang kanyang imahe. Ano ba ang iyong pangalan noong nakita kita? Ako'y di mapagali.
Ikaw na lang ang katabi buong gabi. O pwede tayong magpabaga pag nalalamig. O magdamag na gasindi buong gabi. Sarap kasi ng tama kahit na mali.
Meron akong tinatago, di ko lang maamin. Pagdating kasi sa'yo ko'y mahihain. Pero kahit anong oras mo ako tawagin, darating ako sobrang lakas mo kasi sa'kin. Tell me if you want me, baby boy, sabihin mo. Baka pwede ka na mapasakin kung gusto mo sa
Baby, pauwi na
Tell me if you want me, baby. Tell me if you want me, if you want me, if you want me, baby.
I just want your body, baby, lika na. Di na ko galit, baby, uwi ka na. Hinihintay kita dito kanina pa. I just want your body, na na.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata.
Ikaw na ang pinaka maganda na talaga sa aking mata. Yeah. Ikaw na pala ang may-ari ng damdamin ng minamahal ko.
Pakisabi na lang na huwag nang mag-alala, okay lang ako.
Parang tangang kausap ang tala at buwan. Naghihintay ng meron sa gitna ng kawalan.
Akala ko'y habang buhay tayo, akala ko'y hanggang dulo. Kaya't humiling ako kay Bathala. Sana ay hindi na siya luluha pa.
Kapag naalala ko ang mga araw na magkasama tayong dalawa, ngiti at luha sa aking mga mata. Ganun na pala tayo dati kasaya.
Ingatan mo siya, pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal na kahit tagal ko ring binubuo. Na kahit tagal ko
Sa
ring
bawat saglit, hanggang masaktan. Kahit di mo alam,
subukang muli
at pagbigyan ang ating nakaraan.
natapos na ang lahat. Nandito pa rin ako.
Kailan kaya muling makakatawa?
Di ko alam, di ko alam.
Ingatan mo siya,
Pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal na kahit tagal ko rin binuo. Kahit tagal ko rin hindi sumuko. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
put your head on my shoulder, hold me in your arms, baby. Squeeze me Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? There's no one
Sandan mo sana ang ulo mo sa unan. Katawan mo ay aking kukumutan. Oh, gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
hawak kamay.
Pikit mata, sumasabay sa musika. At night, I think of you.
I want to be your lady.
But like a dream come true, two, wanna be with you. Three, girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me.
It's too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. Nobody gonna love me better.
I must stick with you forever.
Nobody gonna take me higher.
I must stick with you.
1, 2, 3.
Gusto kitang
Isayaw ng mabagal.
na mabagal.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Gusto kitang
Isayaw ng mabagal.
Whoa.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Kaya salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Pag-ibig mo, lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita. Na namimiss kita.
Sa'kin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Ipagdarasal pa rin kita.
Hey there baby, ngayon lang ako nakakita ng katulad mo. You got me crazy, kahit sinong lalaki mababaliw sa'yo.
Oh,
Panahon nandun ka pa, laging pumupunta. Di maasahan, may sorpresa ka laging dala. Ang saya-saya, ayoko lang pahalata. Kasi okay na naman ako basta magkasama ka.
bakit ba kung kailan ka inaisip na bibitawan? Ikaw yung paraiso, di ba?
Di ko mapayag na di kita kasama. Kung magkayagap dahil pa mag-asawa. Nagkaalalay sa anumang bagay. Wala man ako sa sarili, laging nandiyan ka.
Ang isayaw ng mabagal.
Gusto ko, ako lang gusto.
Ngayon alam ko nang hindi ko kaya mabuhay nang wala ka. Kahit saan man tayo magpunta, di na hanang magkikita.
You and me together, gusto ko sa'kin ikaw. Pangako sa iyo, hindi ka na mag-iisa. Mahalin ka, wala nang iba. Ikaw lang ang aking dalagang Pilipina. Ikaw yung dalaga, ikaw yung prinsesa. Pag nawala ka pa, nakakawalang gana, baby.
Kaso lang wala na nga, pero alam ko na masaya ka na. Sa mundo ko wala nang makakagawa, magkakatumbas na yung napadama. Salamat sa pag-ibig mo, ibig mo lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita. Na namimiss kita.
Sa'kin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko, kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarisal pa rin kita. Ipagdarisal pa rin kita.
ikaw na maganda na talaga sa aking mata.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata.
Baby, hindi ko na kaya, sobrang saya, uli tayong magsasama. Nadarang na naman sa'yo nga boy, bakit ba laging hinahayaan?
May nakita kong isang lalaki, di ko malimutan ang kanyang imahe. Ano ba ang iyong pangalan noong nakita kita? Ako'y di mapagali.
Ikaw na lang ang katabi buong gabi. O pwede tayong magpabaga-bag na nalamig, o magdamag na gasindi buong gabi. Sarap kasi ng tama kahit na mali.
Meron akong tinatago, di ko lang maamin. Pagdating kasi sa'yo ako'y mahihain. Pero kahit anong oras mo ako tawagin, darating ako sobrang lakas mo kasi sa'kin. Tell me if you want me, baby boy, sabihin mo. Baka pwede ka na mapasakin kung gusto mo sa
Baby,
piling ko.
pauwi na
Tell me if you want me, baby. Tell me if you want me, if you want me, if you want me, baby.
I just want your body, baby, lika na. Di na ko galit, baby, uwi ka na. Hinihintay kita dito kanina pa. I just want your body, na na.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata.
Ikaw na ang pinaka maganda na talaga sa aking mata. Yeah. Ikaw na pala ang may-ari ng damdamin ng minamahal ko.
Pakisabi na lang na huwag nang mag-alala, okay lang ako.
Parang tangang kausap ang tala at buwan, naghihintay ng meron sa gitna ng kawalan.
Akala ko'y habang buhay tayo, akala ko'y hanggang dulo, kaya't humiling ako kay Bathala. Sana ay hindi na siya luluha pa.
Kapag naalala ko ang mga araw na magkasama tayong dalawa, ngiti at luha sa aking mga mata, ganun na pala tayo dati kasaya.
Ingatan mo siya, pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal na kahit tagal ko ring binubuo, na kahit tagal ko
Sa
ring
bawat saglit, handang masaktan, kahit di mo alam.
subukang muli
At pagbigyan ang ating nakaraan.
Natapos na ang lahat, nandito pa rin ako.
Kailan kaya muling makakatawa?
Di ko alam, di ko alam.
Ingatan mo siya, pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Put your head on my shoulder, hold me in your arms, baby. Squeeze me oh so
Isn't she
tight.
lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? There's no woman
Sandan mo sana ang ulo mo sa unan, katawan mo ay aking kukumutan. Oh, gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Lord Marcel. Good morning po.
Pikit mo sumasabay.
Good morning.
At night, I think of you.
Morning po, Pastor.
Good morning. Good morning, Pastor. Morning sa inyong lahat.
Like a dream come true. 2, wanna be with you. 3, girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one.
Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. Nobody gonna love me better.
I must stick with you forever.
Nobody gonna take me higher. I must stick with you. 1, 2, 3. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Na mabagal.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Whoa.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Kaya salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Pag-ibig mo, lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita. Na namimiss kita.
Sa'kin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Ipagdarasal pa rin kita.
Hey there, baby. Ngayon lang ako nakakita ng katulad mo. You got me crazy. Kahit sinong lalaki mo babaliw sa'yo.
Oh,
Panahon nandun ko pa, laging pumupunta. Di naasahan, may sorpresa ka laging dala. Ang saya-saya, ayoko lang pahalata. Kasi okay na naman ako basta magkasama ka.
bakit ba kung kailan ka inaisip na di bitawan? Ikaw yung paraiso, di ba?
Di ko papayag na di kita kasama. Kung magkayagap daig pa mag-asawa. Nakaalalay sa anumang bagay. Wala man ako sa sarili, laging nandaan ka.
Ang isayaw ng mabagal.
Gusto ko lang gusto.
Ngayon alam ko nang hindi ko kaya mabuhay nang wala ka. Kahit saan man tayo magpunta, di na hanang magkikita.
You and me together. Gusto ko sa'kin ikaw. Pangako sa iyo, hindi ka na mag-iisa. Mahalin ka, wala na akong iba. Ikaw lang ang aking dalagang Pilipina. Ikaw yung dalaga, ikaw yung prinsesa. Pag nawala ka pa, nakakawalang gana, baby.
Kaso lang wala na nga, pero alam ko na masaya ka na
Sa mundo ko wala nang makakagawa, makakatumbas na iyong napadama. Salamat sa pag-ibig mo, ibig mo lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita, na namimiss kita.
Sa tingin ko pa rin ang baby ko, baby ko, kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarisal pa rin kita, ipagdarisal pa rin kita.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-maganda na talaga sa aking mata.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata.
Miss na kita, baby, hindi ko na kaya. Sobrang saya, ulit tayong magsasama. Nadarang na naman sa iyong apoy, bakit ba laging hinayaan?
May nakita kong isang lalaki, di ko malimutan ang kanyang imahe. Ano ba ang iyong pangalan noong nakita kita? Ako'y di mapagali.
Ikaw na lang ang katabi buong gabi. O pwede tayong magpapagabag na lalamig, o magdamag na gasindi buong gabi. Sarap kasi ng tama kahit na mali.
Meron akong tinatago, di ko lang maamin. Pagdating kasi sa'yo ako'y mahihain. Pero kahit anong oras mo ako tawagin, darating ako sobrang lakas mo kasi sa'kin. Tell me if you want me, baby boy, sabihin mo. Baga pwede ka na mapasakin kung gusto mo sa
Baby,
piling mo.
pauwi na
Tell me
ako.
if you want me, baby. Tell me if you want me, if you want me, if you want me, baby.
I just want your body, baby, lika na. Di na ako galit, baby, uwi ka na. Hinihintay kita dito kanina pa. I just want your body, na na.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-maganda na talaga sa aking mata. Yeah.
Lakas ng iyong dating, kapag nakikita ka ako ay napapraning. Bawat giling mo na pampagising, hindi mapipigilan na sa'yo'y mapatingin. Mandarine Music Entertainment. Highling, lakas ng iyong dating, kapag nakikita ka ako ay napapraning. Bawat giling mo na pampagising, hindi mapipigilan na sa'yo'y mapatingin. Highling, lakas ng iyong dating, kapag nakikita ka ako ay napapraning. Bawat giling mo na pampagising, hindi mapipigilan na sa'yo'y mapatingin. Ako ay dinama. Huwag mo sanang iisiping napapagod na ako. Di ako apurado, pero sa'yo ano ba? Gusto ko lang naman makasigurado.
Matagal na panahon nakitang balak tanungin. May pag-asa ba ko, bakit di pa sagutin? Sabihin mo ano pa ba ang dapat kong gawin? Bukod sa araw-araw kitang dapat mahalin.
Ang amo ng iyong mukha sa first look,
Nung una kitang makita sa Facebook, kakaiba pa ang iyong pangalan. Para bang ang hirap mong hawakan.
Wala nang akong ibang hahangarin, laking pasasalamat na ika'y sa'king dumating. At hindi ka babaliwalain, makasama lang kita, yun lang ang aking hiling.
Ilang araw ka nang hindi dumadalaw. Alam mo bang hinahanap kita araw-araw. Gabi-gabi ako hindi mabakali, inaalala ko ang mga bawat sandali.
Dahan-dahan nang nahulog, hindi ko na malayan. Ikaw pala, ikaw na nga ang matagal ko nang hinihintay.
Ang tanging larawan mo na lamang ba ang tanging hawak-hawak ko. At kahit anong gawin, limutin ka, hindi malis sa isip ko.
Kasi di ko na matiis, love. Dahan-dahan kitang namimiss, love. Ilang beses man nilang aliwin, ikaw at ikaw pa rin ang gusto kong kinikiss, love.
I don't know what to do, or even I'm gonna say. Cause every time na nariyan ka, ako'y napapraning. Di na makagalaw sa kinatatayuan.
Sa iyong ngiti, ako'y nahuhumaling. At sa tuwing ikaw ay lalapit, ang mundo ko'y tumitigil. Huwag mo sanang iisipin na papagod na ako.
Di ako apurado, pero sa'yo ano ba? Gusto ko lang naman makasigurado.
Lakas ng iyong dating, kapag nakikita ka, ako ay napapraning. Bawat kiling mo na pagpagising, hindi mapipigilan na sa'yo'y mapatingin. Pagising, kasi sa spaceship isasakay kita. Tayo'y pinagtagpo, ngunit hindi tinadhana. Sadyang mapaglaro itong mundo. Ingatan mo siya, binaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawala na lang saysay ang pagmamahal na kahit tagal ko ring binubuo, na kahit tagal ko ring hindi sinuko. Binaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo, dahil sa'yo. Baka pwede lang kahit isang saglit, masabi lang na merong pagtingin. Baka pwede lang kahit papansarin, sa sarili ko'y magsisinungaling. Tayo'y pinagtagpo, ngunit hindi tinadhana. Sadyang mapaglaro itong mundo. Salamat sa pag-ibig mo, lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at tinaamin kong nanamimiss kita, nanamimiss kita. Sa akin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko, kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarasal pa rin kita, ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Tayo'y pinagtagpo, ngunit hindi tinadhana. Sadyang mapaglaro itong mundo. At aalis, magpabalik, at uulitin sabihin na mahalin, at sambitin kahit muli masaktan.
pinatagpo, ngunit hindi tinadhana. Sadyang mapaglaro itong mundo. Para sa sariling kapakanan, kinalimutan kahit nahihirapan. Pag-ibig na ating sinayang, pinatagpo, ngunit hindi tinadhana. Puso natin ay hindi sa isa't isa. Natapos na ang lahat, dito pa rin ako. Hetong nakatulala sa mundo, sa mundo. Kung saan na lamang ay nakita mo ang lungkot sa iyong ngiti. Isang umagang di ka nabalik. Sana'y malaman mo, hindi sinasadya. Kung ang nais ko ay maging malaya, hindi lang ikaw ang nahihirapan na namin purihin. Ay naguguluhan, di na posible. Lang ikaw ang mababahala, bulong ng isip, huwag nang pakawalan. Kahit na niloloko mo lang ako, kahit na tumingin ka sa iba, magmahal ka ng iba, magbubulag-bulagan ako. Masakit man ito dito sa puso. Paalam na aking mahal, kahirap sabihin. Di ako matatakot, mahihiya. Ano man ang sabihin nila, binaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Dahil sa'yo, heto na, heto na. Sabi nga ng iba, kung talagang mahal mo siya ay hahayaan mo. Hahayaan mo na mamaalam. Hahayaan mo na lumisan. Ako na lang sana ang iyong minahal. Ako na lang sana ang iyong ligaya. Ako na lang sana hanggang pagtanda. Ako na lang sana. Pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Dahil sa'yo. Ito nang huling awit na iyong maririnig. Ito nang huling tingin na dati kang kinikilig. Ito nang huling araw ng mga yakap ko't halik. Ito na, ito na, ingatan mo siya. Kapag naaalala ko ang mga araw na magkasama tayong dalawa, ngiti at tuwa sa aking mga mata. Ganun na pala tayo dati kasaya. Yung tipong kapag tayo nagkatitigan, mangingitian para bang nahihibang. Mag-iingay kahit sobrang tahimik ang kapaligiran. Kahit may nagre-reklamo na'y wala tayong pakialam. Panong nandun ka pa, laging pumupunta. Di naasahan may sorpresa ka laging dala. Ang saya-saya, ayoko lang pahalata. Gusto natin na naman nagpapos na makasama ka. Kaso lang wala ka na, pero alam ko na masaya ka na. Sa mundo ko wala nang makakagawa, makakatumbas ng iyong napadama. Salamat sa pag-ibig mo lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita. Na namimiss kita, sa akin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko, kahit wala ka na sa piling ko, pangakong ipagdadasal pa rin kita, ipagdadasal pa rin kita. Halos 5 oras na akong nag-aantay sa'yo, nag-aabang ako.
Masters, adult leaders, commissioners, area commissioners, chiefs of CID and SGOD who wholeheartedly support and participate in today's program. Before we formally start, we would like to acknowledge the presence of our honorable guest, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Violeta M. Gonzalez, who is celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday po, ma'am, in behalf of Paranaque City Council. Our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Evangeline P. Ladines. Our City Mayor, Honorable Edwin L. Olivares. And to our Regional Scout Director, Ramil Tame Borbon.
Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining and spending some time with us for today's webinar. It is our pleasure to be your moderator for this informative webinar. My name is Sharon Revuelta.
And I'm Arian Rhea Layakan.
And we are your moderators for today's webinar. We would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. We hope you will find the program we have lined up for you to be fruitful and engaging. To spiritually open the program, may we ask everyone to please stand for the Lord's moment for the guidance and blessings to be led by Scouter Joel Vicente.
Good morning, everyone. Let us all pray. Bow down our heads in prayer. Our greatest Scout Master, Creator of the universe, whom all things come into being. With reverence, we come to you this morning with humility, bended knees and hand raised, proclaiming your goodness in our daily lives. When the world kept still due to the global pandemic, search us, O God, and if they find wickedness in us, forgive our sins. If we are found dishonest, teach us to be trustworthy, because people depend on us, especially in this time of crisis. If we are disloyal to the task we are called for, help us to realize that loyalty enables us to reach our highest and glorious ideals. If we are uncooperative and self-centered, encourage us to be helpful, especially to those who are weak and needy in this time of uncertainty brought by the COVID-19. If you found us hostile, help us remember that people need a friend to talk to when life gets tough. If you found us arrogant in our service, rebuke us that we may learn humility and courtesy in our social services. If you found us harsh and cruel, help us to renew our ways that kindness may grow and abound in our hearts. If defiance of laws and order from our national and local government encapsulated our hearts on health protocols in this crisis, remind us to obey, for obedience follows victory. If you found us downcast and broken because of uncertainties due to the COVID-19, help us find peace, hope, and cheerfulness in this dark period of our history. Help us to number our days and to brave enough to face the challenges unfolding in our eyes. Our tongue had spoken lies, our hands and mind had endured and corrupted so many. Lord, cleanse us, purify us, that we may be worthy of our calling. Above all, teach us to be reverent. Thank you that we are still alive. Thank you that we could still do your will. Continue to encourage, strengthen, and inspire us in this time of uncertainties. Give us more hope, more joy, and more love. In your name we pray. Amen.
Please remain standing for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Followed by Panunumpa sa Watawat to be led by Scouter Efren Milio.
Ang ating mga kamay sa ayos ng panunumpa. Panunumpa sa watawat ng Pilipinas. Ako'y Pilipino, buong katapatang nanunumpa sa watawat ng Pilipinas at sa bansang kanyang sinasagisag, na may dangal, katarungan at kalayaan, na ipinakikilos ng sambayanang makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan at makabansa. Mabakamay na!
Rededication to Scout Oath and Law by Boy Scout Richmond Sidney Revuelta.
The Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, the Republic of the Philippines, and to obey the Scout Law, to help other peoples at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. The Scout Law. The Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, reverent. Ready, front.
Okay. BSP Mission and Vision by Eagle Scout Joey Allen Dadang.
The Boy Scouts of the Philippines Mission and Vision. Mission: to help the youth develop values and acquire competencies to become responsible citizens and capable leaders anchored on the Scout Oath and Law. Vision: foremost in preparing the youth to become agents of change in communities guided by the Scout Oath and Law.
Please be seated.
Now, we are all geared up for our webinar today, but we would like first to recognize and acknowledge our participants.
And for the acknowledgement of the participants, may we call on our Area Commissioner Scouter, Ma'am Maria Estrelita Arceo. Take it away, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Scouters, parents, unit leaders, Scout Masters. May I request the participants, as I call them, to please give a thumbs up. Okay, so starting off with all the participants of Area 1. Let's see your thumbs up. Next, the participants of Area 2. The participants of Area 3. To my fellow commissioners of Area 1, Area 2, and Area 3. To the training staff. And for our participants who will be joining us later, our CID Chief, Dr. Bernardo Mascarina, our ASDS, Dr. Violeta Gonzalez, our ASDS, Dr. Evangeline Ladines, our Regional Scout Director, Director Ramil Borbon, our Mayor, Honorable Edwin L. Olivares, and our spiritual leader for today, Pastor Robert Mortel. Good morning.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma'am Arceo.
To kick off this morning's program, may we call on our Area Commissioner, Scouter Ma'am Rina Orquina, to deliver welcome.
Hello, good morning. To the BSP, Paranaque City Council, Executive Scouter Heidi Ofracio, to the Division BSP Commissioner, Dr. Antonio L. Layacan, the area commissioners who are all present here, the Scout School Coordinators, Scout Unit Leaders, teachers and student scouts, parents, good morning. Welcome to this spiritual and psychosocial virtual seminar. This webinar is timely for all of us, especially in this time of COVID-19 pandemic. While it is true that we have heard and attended a number of webinars similar to this, still there is a need to be reminded to take a break, reflect on what has going on us, be rekindled and be nourished spiritually, as this affects our commitment as true scouts that will be of better service to our scouters. I would like to encourage you to pay attention to what will be shared to all of us, because this will, I'm sure, enlighten and supply us with what is to possess an armor in order to function with our work more effectively. So thus, again, I welcome you all to this day's activity. Thank you very much and God bless us all.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Let's give her a virtual clap.
To give us the statement of purpose, here is our very dynamic and innovative Council Program Commissioner, Scouter Dr. Antonio L. Layacan. Let us give him a virtual clap.
Po sa ating lahat. Today, our spiritual and psychosocial virtual seminar for Scout Masters, adult leaders, and Scouts on New Normal Scheme Phase 1. Spiritual wellness provide us with systems of faith, beliefs, values, ethics, principles, and morals. A healthy spiritual practice may include examples of volunteerism, social contributions, belonging to a group, fellowship, optimism, forgiveness, and expressions of compassion. This activity aims to develop among participants the appreciation of meaning and purpose of human existence from life experiences. Spiritual wellness not only allows us to seek meaning and purpose in human existence, but it is also allows us to appreciate our life experiences for what we are now. Since we are in the COVID-19 pandemic, we or when you find meaning in our life experiences, we will be able to develop a harmony with your inner self and outside world. Harmony with the inner self and outside world through self-reflection. It is also turns out that people who have religious or spiritual beliefs are happier than those who don't, no matter what their beliefs. Perplexingly, the things we believe will make us happy actually don't have any effect on our sense of well-being. According to Sanderson, a high IQ doesn't make you happier. Positive relationships, high self-esteem, for optimistic and meaningful self-actualization. These are the three important things and aims of the webinar or the seminar objective. I would like to reiterate the benefits of living a spiritual life. What are the benefits of living a spiritual life? First, prayer and spirituality have been linked to a better health. Kaya nga po sabi, wag daw tayong bibitaw. Kapit lang tayo. Hindi tayo pababayaan ng Diyos. Greater psychological well-being, less depression and less hypertension, and even less stress, even during difficult times. Kaya nga po, meron tayong ups and down, pero ito lamang po ay mga pagsubok tulad ng ating nararanasan ngayon sa COVID-19 pandemic. Kaya ito po'y napaka-importante ngayon at napakahalaga dahil magkakaroon tayo ngayon at ipaliliwanag sa atin ng ating naimbitahang pastor ano ba ang may tutulong nito sa ating self-actualization. At higit, ang sabi nga po na pinakamagandang benepisyo ng living a spiritual life is being more positive feelings and emotion, a very superior ability to handle stress. Kaya po mamaya pakinggan po nating mabuti at kung meron po tayong mga katanungan, handa pong sumagot ang ating inimbitahang speaker para po dito. Sa ngalan po ng ating mga batang scout at andito tulad po noong pangungusap na binanggit ng ating council commissioner, ang ating assistant, schools division superintendent, ang ating chief, ang ating chairman, ang mga training team ng Paranaque City Council ay lubos pong nagpapasalamat para dito. Sa ating SDS, Ma'am Ladines, Ma'am Gonzales, Sir Chief, Dr. Bernardo Mascareñas, at sa ating pong Scout Executive at ang binubuo po ng Paranaque City Council at higit sa lahat ang ating pong mga training team. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you so much, Sir Layakan, for giving us the statement of purpose. Let us acknowledge the presence of all the PSDSS who are with us this morning, Dr. Nilita F. Belena, Ma'am Rina Orquina, Ma'am Relly Arceo, and Ma'am Wilma Loria. Good morning po.
Okay, thank you po, Ma'am Sharon. We are so blessed this morning because our ever supportive city mayor is here with us today despite of his busy schedule. Without further ado, to give us an inspirational message, let us all welcome our Honorable Edwin L. Olivares. Let us give him a virtual clap.
Good day to all our brothers and sisters in the Scouting movement. It is my privilege as chairman of the Paranaque City Council to greet the Boy Scouts of the Philippines on our 84th charter anniversary this year, alongside observance of the National Scouting Month for the entire October 2020. The Scouting movement has taken deep roots in the Philippines since its introduction more than 8 decades ago, and it remains as strong and vibrant as ever, thanks to the commitment and dedication of our Scout leaders in the national and city councils. This year's celebration, with the theme Commitment to Excellence, reflects the BSP's enduring dedication to the ideals of the Scouting movement, which are to develop our young people into responsible and service-oriented leaders of tomorrow. And today, as we face enormous and difficult challenges brought about by COVID-19, we need to live the Scouting spirit even more. We must be agents of change in our communities because only changes in attitudes and outlooks will help us to survive this pandemic. Youth development and leadership are essential ingredients in nation building, and in the Boy Scouts of the Philippines has been shaping the hearts and minds of our young people to make them effective agents of change for community empowerment, peace, and environment protection as Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. Let us continue building upon the solid foundation laid by the BSP in the last 84 years. Let us continue instilling a sense of pride and belonging among our young boy and girl scouts so that together we can all look forward to a safe and bright future. Congratulations to the Boy Scouts of the Philippines and more power. Magandang araw po muli and God bless us all.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mayor, for that very inspiring message. To give us another inspirational message, May we call on our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Violeta M. Gonzalez. Let us give her a virtual clap.
To Dr. Tony Layakan, to all our public schools district supervisors, school heads, school scouting coordinators, school member at large committee, and to all our scouts, good morning. For the past months, we have experienced so many challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic and natural calamities like the eruption of the Taal volcano and typhoons, the latest of which is Typhoon Ulysses. We went through lockdowns and changes of quarantine levels. This restricted our mobility and interaction with people and the outside world. Have we recovered? Are we back to normal? Is this the new normal? These are just a few of the questions a lot of us still cannot answer. Thus, the conduct of this activity, spiritual and psychosocial virtual seminar for Scout Masters, for adult leaders and scouts on the new normal scheme, is a very timely undertaking. We never thought of going through this kind of situation, and we were all caught struggling to cope with what was happening around us. But Filipinos are known to be survivors, and yes, we survived it all. But once in a while, we have to stop, contemplate, and get the life lessons from our experiences. Activity similar to this helps improve one's mental health and spiritual well-being, and of course, at the same time, develop a deeper understanding of life and appreciation of what life has in store for us. I would like to congratulate the organizers of this seminar, and may all your energies be revived and recharged. Again, good morning to everyone.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Gonzalez, for the words of inspiration you have shared with us. And to give us another inspirational message, here is our very inspiring Council Commissioner, our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Evangeline P. Ladines. Let us give her a virtual clap.
Okay, good morning. Let's just wait for our schools division superintendent, Dr. Evangeline P. Ladines. Now let us proceed to the highlight of today's webinar. We would like to invite our area commissioner, Scouter Wilma T. Loria, to introduce our guest speaker for this morning. Take it away, ma'am.
To our valued guests, scouters, our beloved scouts, parents, a blessed morning. It is my honor to introduce to you our guest speaker. He is the chairman of the board, president, and senior pastor of Jesus is Alive community, vice chairman of Kanlungan sa Irma, a non-governmental organization catering to street children. Formerly the chairman of the Board of Trustees, Redeemer's Home Incorporated. And he was able to work with the Jesus is Alive community as the chairman and the board president. He was also the chairman of the board of trustees and president of the New Jerusalem School. He helped establish churches in Canada, 3 in Ontario, British Columbia, Edmonton, and Calgary. In the United States of America, he helped establish churches in Azusa and Carson, California, in Milan, Italy, in Bahrain, in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in Sharjah. He was also a Bible courier in restricted countries like China, Burma, and Vietnam. He regularly writes and publishes inspiring articles in the following FB pages: The Jesus Alive Kalamba Church and the Precious Stones in Darkness. He was a speaker in the Philippine National Police Moral Recovery Program under the Potter's Leadership Academy, where he was also awarded. He finished his bachelor's degree at Philippine College of Commerce, or PUP, as we know it today, and worked at RCBC, or Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation, before he became a full-fledged pastor. Married to Lem Cristobal and blessed with 2 beautiful kids, Dr. Sharon Rose, a nephrologist, and engineer Samuel David Mortel. As the saying goes, a scout will always be a scout. And today, we are blessed to have with us a scout since he was in grade school until his secondary days at VMAPA High School, where he became a Jose Rizal awardee, the highest rank during his time, which is equivalent to the Eagle Scout of our time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you our guest speaker, Reverend Pastor Robert P. Mortel.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Gloria.
Isang mapagpalang araw sa bawat isa. Ito po si Pastor Robert Mortel, the Senior Pastor of the Jesus is Alive Calamba Church. Isa rin po rin akong Boy Scout during my elementary and high school days. Kindly find me in this photo. Did you find it? Okay, I'll help you. Ito po ako. Hindi pa ako ready, nagpapatangos pa ako na ilong pero nag-shot na agad yung cameraman. Anyway, yan po ako nung high school. Nung Boy Scout po ako ay pinagpala po tayong makakuha ng Jose Rizal Scout rank. According to the BSP's Diamond Jubilee Yearbook from 1936 to September 1996, there are 121,369 scouts awarded the highest rank by the Boy Scouts of the Philippines. The BSP's highest rank went through a number of name and requirement changes through the years after the Philippines gained its independence from the United States of America. Pansinin niyo po ang highest rank before Eagle Scout from 1936 to 1962 or 26 years ang tawag po Eagle Scout. From 1962 to 1976 or 14 years, ang tawag po ay Jose Rizal Scout. Diyan po ako napabilang sapagkat naging Jose Rizal Scout po ako noong year 1968. And then 1976 to 1994 or 18 years, ang tawag na po ay Scout Citizen Award. And then from 1994 to present, or 26 years, Eagle Scout na po. Nabalik po sa Eagle Scout. Okay, let me bring you, ano-ano nga ba yung mga ranks sa scouting? Ito po yon. Ang una po ay tenderfoot. Ang pangalawa po ay second class. Ang pangatlo ay first class. Ang pang-apat po ay Maginoo. At ang panglima ay Jose Rizal Scout rank, which is Eagle Scout now. By the way, hindi ka basta makakapunta sa susunod na class kung wala kang na-earn na merit badges. Ang merit badges po ay ito po ang basis kung paano ka mapopromote sa ranko. I think from tender po to second class, you will be needing around 5 or 6 merit badges rather. And then from second class to first class, around 10 to 12 merit badges. And then Maginoo, mga siguro from 12 to 20 merit badges. And then Jose Rizal Scout from 20 and above. So, matagal, no, bago mo makuha yung Jose Rizal Scout rank. Now, all the awardees are eligible for membership into the Eagle Scouts Organization of the Philippines. So the Fellowship and Service Association of all Eagle Scouts from the BSP and from the BSA, Boy Scouts of America, having Filipino lineage and or nationality. Anong ibig sabihin? So I am right now eligible to become a member of the Eagle Scouts organization. At I learned that my Jose Rizal Scout rank can be, pwede hong bigyan din kami ng medalya na Eagle Scout rank. Yan po yung medal na nakikita nyo sa kaliwa, yan po yung natanggap kong medal as Jose Rizal Scout. Okay. I was the 334th Jose Rizal Scout in the Philippines. And I was awarded in 1968. Okay. Now, ito po yung topic na binigay sa akin, the greatest scout master's hand during times of uncertainties. Who is the greatest scout? Alamin natin later. Ano ang kanyang magagawa during times of uncertainties? Let us define what uncertainty means. Uncertainty is defined as a state of doubt about the future or about what is the right thing to do. Ito po yung hindi mo alam kung ano yung mangyayari sa kinabukasan, ngunit anong pwede mo magawang tama kapag dumating ang mga bagay na hindi mo inaasahan. So these are the times, ito yung times of uncertainty because of the pandemic that we are having right now, which is the COVID-19. Now, let us go to basic when we are learning about the Master's Scout Handbook or hand during the uncertainties. So let us scrutinize first about yung panunumpa ng scout. Sa ngalan ng aking dangal, di ba, tinataas yung kamay, ganyan katulad na nasa larawan sa kaliwa, ay gagawin ko ang buong makakaya upang tumupad sa aking tungkulin sa Diyos at sa aking bayan, ang Republika ng Pilipinas. Nung panahon namin po, wala yung nakalagay na ang Republika ng Pilipinas sapagkat bayan na siya. No? Aking bayan, wala namang ibang bayan ako meron kundi Republika ng Pilipinas. Pero ngayon, nilagay na rin yung Republika ng Pilipinas. At sumunod sa batas ng Scout. Tumulong sa ibang tao sa lahat ng pagkakataon, pamalagiing malakas ang aking katawan, gising ang isipan at marangal ang asal. At ito naman po ang batas ng Scout. Una, mapagkakatiwalaan, matapat, matulungin, mapagkaibigan, magalang, mabait, masunurin, masaya, matipid, matapang, malinis, makadiyos. Pero nung panahon namin, hindi namin memorize yung Tagalog nito, laging sa English kami. So kapag nagkakaroon kami ng ng promise ng Boy Scout, ganito po. On my honor, I will do my best. How will you do it? Your best to do my duty to God and my country, the Republic of the Philippines, and to obey the Scout law. To help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Now, Boy Scout law. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. So dito sa oath na ito, makikita natin yung naka-underline, no? To do my duty to God and my country, to help other people, to keep myself. So these are the three promises of the Scout oath. They are therefore duty to God and country, and then duty to other people, and duty to self. Anong ibig sabihin ng duty to God and country? Your family and religious leaders teach you to know and serve God. Di ba? Habang maliliit tayo, tinuturuan tayo manalangin bago kumain at bago matulog. Noong panahon na yun, meron pa tayong orasyon na ang alas 6 ng hapon o papunta na ng gabi. So sabay-sabay na nanalangin ang mga Pilipino. Ganyan ang kinalakihan natin noong unang panahon. And then ano pa yung duty natin to God and country? By following these teachings, you do your duty to God. Men and women of the past worked to make their nation great, and many gave their lives for their country. Yung mga babae at lalaki sa nakaraan ay gusto nilang gawin na dakila ang kanilang bansa. Kaya they were willing to give their lives for their country. Ang magandang halimbawa nito ay si Jose Rizal. Kaya nga nagkaroon ng Jose Rizal Scout sapagkat si Jose Rizal, ibinigay niya ang kanyang buong buhay para sa paglilingkod sa kanyang bayan. So he showed his duty to his country. Now, by being a good family member and a good citizen, by working for your country's good and obeying its laws, you do your duty to your country. Okay, let's go now duty to other people. Alam nyo, maraming tao ang nangangailangan, lalo na ngayon, COVID. Merong mga taong, diba, kailangan nila ng ayuda sapagkat nawalan sila ng trabaho, hindi sila makalabas, so wala silang pinakakitaan. So ang mga taong ito ay kailangan ng tulong. So many people need help. Ngunit ang isang masayang ngiti, a cheesy smile, and a helping hand make life easier for them. Yung gumiti ka lamang at batiin sila ng magandang umaga, magandang hapon sa inyo, ay nakabibigay na ng kagalakan para sa kanila. So by doing a good turn daily and helping when you're needed, you prove yourself a scout and do your part to make this a better world. Okay, third is duty to self. Ano yung duty natin sa ating mga sarili? To keep ourselves physically strong means taking care of our body. Kaya mapapansin nyo yung mga pagka may Boy Scout camping, ay may mga exercises na ginagawa kami noon every morning. So, tsaka busy-busy kami, no, na we put up the tent, and then we build towers, we built latrine kung saan kami pwedeng mag-CR, yun ang ginagawa namin, CR. We build the bonfire, we build the... Ang dami namin ginagawa sa camping. Alam nyo, yung panahon namin noon, bata pa ako, no? At I was about grade 5 nung naging Boy Scout ako. From grade 5 to second year high school, ako Boy Scout. And then from third year to fourth year, naging senior scout po ako. Marami akong naatenan na camping. At ang isa sa hindi ko malilimutan na camping was the National Jamboree held in Palayan City. That was in 1969. So I was the featured Boy Scout sa Manila Times at that time. So I was in, nasa ano po ako, no? Nasa Malacanang, then kinuha ng picture. At ang executive secretary noon was Executive Secretary Salas, Rafael Salas. Binigyan ako ng sponsorship para maka-attend ako na National Jamboree. It was on one of the pages of the Manila Times at that time. So, yun, kailangan talagang we have to take care of ourselves. No? We have to eat the right foods and build our strength. And then staying mentally awake means learn all you can, be curious, and ask questions. And being morally straight means to live your life with honesty, to be clean in your speech and actions, and to be a person of strong character. So, meron din tayong responsibilidad sa ating mga sarili. Now, ang Boy Scout motto natin ay be prepared. Sa Tagalog, laging handa. Ang ating Boy Scout slogan ay do a good turn daily. Gumawa ng mabuti sa araw-araw. Now, tignan bakit ganito ang kamay kapag tayo ay nanunumpa. Pansinin niyo po, 'di ba yung tallest finger natin, which is the middle finger, yun yung pinakamataas. Ang ibig sabihin po niyan ay duty to God and country. And then yung sa magkabila, duty to others and duty to self. Tapos yung hinliliit, itong ibig sabihin niya citizenship training and then character building. And then yung thumb, it speaks of world brotherhood. Now, the scout sign identifies you as a scout anywhere in the world. Use it whenever you give the oath or the scout oath or the scout law. Now, tingnan po natin itong insignia. Alam nyo, this is how curious am I kapag pumapasok ko sa isang organization. I want to know the real reason kung ano ba yung talagang bakit itinatag itong organization na ito. Okay, let us right now see the insignia of the Boy Scout. Itong 3 stars na ito, makikita natin, yan pong tatlo na yan, ito yung tatlong ibig sabihin niyan, faith, truth, and knowledge. Pananampalataya, katotohanan, at kaalaman. So, importante ang pananampalataya, importante ang katotohanan, importante ang kaalaman. It could also mean, just like in the Philippine national flag, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Now, let us go to the 3 points. Ang ibig sabihin ng 3 points, ayan po. Yung point na yan, yung point na ito, at saka yung point na yan. Itong 3 points na yan speaks of duty to God and country, duty to self, and duty to others. Ang tawag po dyan ay trefoil. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng trefoil? Pag sinabing trefoil, Ito po yung dahon na may 3 leaflets. Kaya 'di ba napakagandang insignia na meron ng tayo ang Pilipinas, no? About that. And then the band sa gitna po nito, single band, it represents unity and universal brotherhood. Yung tali po sa baba, yung overhand knot, it reminds us that we should do a good turn daily. Ito namang scroll, makikita nyo kung saan nakalagay po yung laging handa. Parang naka-smile yung ating insignia, no? It reminds us that a scout is cheerful, masayahin. Okay. Now, sa aking matagal na panahon ng pagiging Boy Scout from elementary to high school, I've learned 3 principles. 3 mahalagang prinsipyo po ang aking natutunan. Ang una po ay the Boy Scout motto o yung laging handa. Okay, let us study the origin story behind the Scout motto, be prepared. Upon hearing the Scout motto, someone asked Scouting founder Robert Baden-Powell the inevitable follow-up question, prepared for what? Saan ba tayo dapat maganda? In 1907, Baden-Powell, an English soldier, devised the Scout motto, be prepared. He published it in Scouting for Boys in 1908. 2 years later, in 1910, the Boy Scouts of America was founded. In Scouting for Boys, Baden-Powell wrote that to be prepared means, ito ibig sabihin ng be prepared. Listen to this. You are always in a state of readiness in mind and body to do your duty. To do your duty. Kailangan ikaw daw ay laging handa sa iyong pag-iisip, sa iyong katawan, bilang iyong gawain o duty. More than a century later, or 100 years, preparedness is still a cornerstone of Scouting. Through its fun, values, base program, Scouting prepares young people for life. Ito talaga naman ang dahilan kung bakit merong Boy Scout, no, o Scouting, is to prepare our young people for the future. Alam mo, nagpapasalamat ako na I was once a Boy Scout. Ang dami ko pong natutunan sa pagiging Boy Scout. Just for the leadership, I think I was trained there. Kaya nga pagdating ng koleyo, I was a leader, student. At pagkatapos nun ay nakapagtrabaho na po tayo. I was also a very competitive person. So nakita ko na importante talaga ang ipaganda ang mga bata. Hindi yung kung ano-ano ang kanilang kinahuhumalingan. Nakalulungkot nga, mas madalas sila ngayon na nasa kanilang gadget, doing playing games. Nung panahon na yan, walang ganon. Kaya makikita natin ngayon ang mga bata na lumalabo ang mata dahil sa maghapon paggamit ng gadget at tumataba dahil walang ginawa kundi nakaupo lamang o nakahiga. So, hindi nila nagagawa ihanda ang kanilang mga sarili sa pagdating ng panahon. Okay. So, but Baden-Powell wasn't just thinking about first aid and wartime emergencies when he coined the motto. This is from the 13th latest edition of the Boy Scout Handbook. Ang sabi doon, his idea was the Scouts should prepare themselves to become productive. Look at the word productive citizens. Yung kapakinabangan. And strong leaders. And to bring joy to other people. So, may kapakinabangan, matapang, at nagdadala ng kasiyahan sa ibang tao. He wanted each scout to be ready in mind and body and to meet with a strong heart whatever challenges await them. Kinakailangan handa silang harapin kung ano man ang challenges na pwedeng dumating. Tulad ni Haring David when he fought Goliath. David was only 17 years old at the time when he fought the giant Goliath. So he was very a strong person. So ang ginamit lamang niya ay tirador at saka meron siyang 5 bato pero isang bato lang ang ginamit niya na tamaan sa gitna ng mata at ng kilay itong si Goliath at bagsak si Goliath at pagkatapos napatay ni David. Kaya si David ngayon ay talagang at the age of 17 he was already a hero of Israel. Sapagkat ang sabi ni Goliath sa challenge ni Goliath, sige, padala niyo kung sino man sa inyo, isang Palestinian si Goliath. Ipadala niyo kung sino ang gusto niyong ilaban sa akin. Dahil kung matatalo niyo ako, kaming mga Palestino ay magiging alipin ninyo. Pero kung kami ang mananalo, kayong mga Israelita ang magiging alipin namin magpasawalang hanggang panahon. Tapos sabi ni David, ay, ang Panginoon ay kasama ko makipagbaka sa iyo, sabi ni Haring David. At pagkatapos ay sabi niya, magagapi kita at matatalo at ipakakain sa mga uwak ang iyong laman. Dahil gusto kong malaman na ang Diyos ay nabubuhay sa bansang Israel. And you know, that word of David became like a motto o a slogan sa Israel. Kaya ang sabi nila, hindi kami magagapi ng sinumang bansa sapagkat ang Diyos namin ay makapangyarihan. Ang Diyos ay sumasa amin. That's how ganun katindi ang pananampalataya ni David. Kaya nga siya ay at a young age naging hero ng Israel. Now, Boy Scouts were considered heroes during the 8.0 earthquake in 1968 that toppled down the 6-story Ruby Tower. Ito po yung Ruby Tower. So, with our motto, being prepared, yan po ang ginagawa namin nung kami tumulong po doon. With our motto, being prepared, a lot of us responded, kaming mga Boy Scouts ng Bimapa High School. We assisted and took turns in distributing refreshment to the rescuers and volunteers. Sumasakay kami ng makeshift lift all the way up to the 6th floor. At nakita namin yung mga katawan na nasa ilalim ng mga gumuhong mga bato. And the rescuers were pulling them out. So I was only 13 years old that time, short of 4 months before I turned 14 years old. Wonder of wonders, we were already called Scout Heroes because of our involvement in the rescue of survivors and help for the other rescuers in the ill-fated Ruby Tower. I could still remember that we were distributing Johnny's pastries to the rescuers. Although we could eat a lot of Johnny's pastries at that time, but we could not because of the dead bodies in front of us. As scouts, we always enjoyed our togetherness with laughter and a lot of stories. But that scene in the Ruby Tower was the most serious and dramatic experience we had. There was no reason to laugh and tease and teased, walang biruan doon, with each other at that time. But tears just kept flowing from our eyes while doing our most heroic act. For the heroic act of what we did, we have received a certificate of recognition from the then President Ferdinand E. Marcos. More than the recognition we have received from the President of the Republic of the Philippines, the experience of doing a good turn to our fellow men will always be remembered. I salute the Bimapa Boy Scout heroes. Palakpakan po natin sila. Biro mo, 13 years old lang kami but we were already performing a very difficult task to rescue the people under the rubble of the Ruby Tower. Hallelujah. Now, let's give a big clap offering again. Hindi ko po malubos maisip na nagawa po namin talaga yon. Kaya nga even the President of the Republic of the Philippines noticed our heroic act. He gave us the certificate of recognition. Now, for the principle number 1 was the scout motto, which is be prepared. And the second and the third principles will be based on the Bible about Matthew chapter 22 verses 36 to 40. Yan po ang storya ng pagtatanong kay Jesus. Babasahin ko po sa Tagalog, tingnan niyo po diyan sa Ingles. Guro, alin ba ang dakilang utos sa kautusan? Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? At sinabi sa kanya, ibigin mo ang Panginoon mong Diyos ng buong puso mo at ng buong kaluluwa mo at ng buong pag-iisip mo. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. Ito ang dakila at unang utos. This is the first and greatest commandment. At ang pangalawa ay katulad nito. Ibigin mo ang iyong kapwa na gaya ng iyong sarili. And second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Sa dalawang utos na ito, nakasalig ang buong kautusan at ang mga propeta. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. So makikita natin, dalawa lamang pwedeng i-summarize ang buong Bible. Una is love for God, and the second is love for others, just like you love yourself. Kapag pala mahal mo ang iyong sarili, minamahal mo, ganun din kailangan ng pagmamahal mo sa iyong kapwa. Kung paano mong pinapahalagaan ang iyong sarili, ganun din mo papagkapahalagaan ang iba. So when a lawyer and expert of the law asked Jesus what the most important commandment is, Jesus responded, to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. The second is to love your neighbor as yourself. So all of Christianity comes down to how we love God and how everything we do. At yung ating relationships, ating trabaho, yung ating education, o displays our love for God. Kaya walang tagumpay o no success, status or possession will matter at the end of our days. How we love God and love others will be our victory. Kaya dyan lang sa dalawang utos na yan, nasa atin na ang tagumpay. So Jesus said that if we truly love God and our neighbors, we will naturally keep the commandments. This is looking at God's law positively. Rather than worrying about all we should not do, let us concentrate on all we can do to show our love for God and for others. Okay, now let's discuss about the second principles that I have learned from scouting, love for others. As a scout, how do we show our love for others? Una, by obeying our parents. Sabi sa Exodus chapter 20 verse 12, alam niyo ito po yung unang uh, commandment sa Ten Commandments. Ang sabi doon, honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. Igalang mo ang iyong ama at ang iyong ina, upang ang iyong mga araw ay humaba sa lupaing ibinigay sa iyo ng Panginoon mong Diyos. At ito inulit din sa Ephesians chapter 6 verses 1 to 3. Ang sabi diyan, mga anak, sundin ninyo ang inyong mga magulang sa Panginoon sapagkat ito'y matuwid. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Igalang mo ang iyong ama at ina, ito ang unang utos na may pangako. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise. Upang maging mabuti ang iyong kalagayan at ikaw ay mabuhay ng matagal sa ibabaw ng lupa, that it may be well with you and you may live long on the earth. There is a difference between obeying and honoring. To obey means is to do as one is told. Kung ano yung inutos sa'yo ng magulang mo. To honor means is to respect and love. Pag sinabing honor, may respeto ka at meron kang pagmamahal. Kaya children should obey while under their parents' care but continue to honor their parents for life. Alam niyo mga kapatid, maraming tao ngayon ang hindi mapalad sa kanilang buhay. Titignan mo ang dahilan. Hindi nila binigyan ng karampatang panggalang at pagmamahal sa kanilang mga magulang. Pero yung mga anak na nagmahal sa kanilang magulang at sa ama't at ina nila, makikita mo pinagpapala po sila. Sapagkat yan ang pangako ng Panginoon, sabing ganyan, that it may be well with you and you may live long in life. At ang sabi pa ay it is a command with a promise that it may be well with you and you may live long in life. Kaya nga mga Boy Scout, habang kayo ay maliliit pa, sumunod kayo sa magulang nyo at bigyan sila ng karampatang panggalang. Okay, second, by helping your teachers. When I was in elementary and high school, natatandaan ko nag-uunahan ng mga estudyante na tulungan ng kanilang mga guro sa pagdala ng kanilang gamit ng mga guro. Di ba? Ma'am, ako na magdadala niya, ako na magbibitbit niyan para hindi kayo mahirapan. Natatandaan ko nung kasi elementary to college po, public school ako. Elementary ko sa P. Burgos Elementary School sa may Santa Mesa sa Altura. At high school ko sa Bimapa High School sa merong San Rafael sa may malapit sa Malacanang. At ang koleyo ko po sa PCC, Philippine College of Commerce, na ngayon ay PUP. So, nakita ko na matulungin ang mga kabataan noon. Ngunit ngayon, wala nang marunong tumulong sa kanilang mga guro. Why? Dahil baka mabansagan silang sipsip sa guro. Ayaw nilang matawag silang sipsip sa guro. Natatandaan ko na ang mga Boy Scouts ang nangunguna sa pagtulong sa mga guro. Tumutulong din ang mga Boy Scouts sa daloy ng traffic upang maprotektahan ang mga estudyante. Ngunit ngayon, inaasa na natin lahat sa mga kagawad at barangay officials ang ganoon pagtulong. Kaya nakalulungkot po na wala ka nang makitang paggalang sa mga estudyante. Pero sana inaasahan natin sa lahat ng Boy Scout na nakikinig ngayon o pati mga magulang at guro, paalala niyo po ang magandang pag-uugali na ito sapagkat ito po ay under how we can show love for others. Okay, pangatlo, by helping your classmates. Nagtutulungan ang mga estudyante noon sa mga kaklase nila upang makahabol sa mga aralin. Ngunit ngayon ay bihira na yata ang ganito. Kaya noon magka-close kami. Alam niyo po ba yung mga high school, yung kasama kong Boy Scouts, hanggang ngayon po meron kaming communication. And recently we had our bago nag-lockdown, nagkaroon ho kami ng ng camping sa sa Zambales. Itong resort na ito pag-aari din ng isa naming kasamang Boy Scout. Malaki siya, naging general siya ng militar at kasama namin yung scoutmaster namin si Mike Morales. At yung mga classmates ko na nasa Amerika, nagpunta sila para dun sa camping na yon. Masaya. Hanggang ngayon, very active kami meron kaming chat group sa Messenger at patuloy kaming nag-uusap at nagkukwentuhan. Kaya importante yung pagtulong sa iba. Okay, pangatlo, na principle that I have learned from scouting, love for the Lord. Pangatlo po ay love for the Lord. Finally, love for the Lord. Okay, mapapansin natin na dito sa picture na ito, nahuli o pang-12 ang makadiyos o reverend. Tulad ng pagpanik sa hagdan, ang nasa pinakamataas ay ang pagiging makadiyos. Kaya importante po yan. Ang sabi sa Proverbs chapter 3 verse 6, seek His will in all you do. Sa lahat ng iyong mga lakad, siya iyong kilalanin. He will show you which path to take at itutuwid niya ang iyong mga landasin. Okay, to receive guidance, ang sabi ni Solomon, si Solomon na meron pong may akda ng Proverbs, we must seek God's will in all we do. This means turning every area of life over to Him. About 1,000 years later, Jesus emphasized the same truth sa Matthew 6:33, ang sabi doon, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Ngunit hanapin mo muna ninyo ang kanyang kaharian at ang kanyang katwiran, at ang lahat ng mga bagay na ito ay pawang idaragdag sa inyo. Examine your values and priorities now. Yung lahat ng ginagawa mo. Let's try to examine. Sa lahat ng ginagawa mo, what is important to you? Marami kasi tayong ginagawa, gusto nating gawin ito, gusto nating gawin yan. Hindi naman masama yon. Pero ang tanong, nasaan sa listahan na yan ang Panginoon? Where is God on that list? In what areas have you failed to acknowledge Him? Sa lahat ng iyong mga lakad, kinilala mo ba siya? Hiningan mo ba siya ng guidance? Sapagkat tulad ng sinasabi sa Proverbs, sa lahat ng iyong mga lakad, siya iyong kilalanin at itutuwid niya ang iyong mga landasin. Kaya't marami sa atin mga napapahamak dahil hindi natin isinangguni sa Panginoon ang lahat ng ating gagawin. Kaya in many areas of your life, you may already acknowledge God. But the areas where you attempt to restrict or ignore His influence will cause you grief. May pagkakataon na totoo, sinabi natin sa Panginoon, Lord, ito yung gagawin natin. Lord, ito yung gagawin ko. Pero Panginoon, sa bagay na ito, sa area na ito, huwag mo akong pakikialamanan. Gusto ko ako lang ang magdidesisyon dito. Kumbaga, we restrict God or we ignore His influence dun sa other areas of your life. At alam mo, isa lamang ang pwedeng mangyari sa iyo. It will cause you grief. Darating ang kalungkutan sa iyo sapagkat nag-iintay sa iyo ang kapahamakan. Sapagkat ang sabi ng salita ng Diyos, kung ako ay yung susundin, sabi ng Panginoon, ang susunod sa iyo ang pagpapala. Ngunit, kung ako ay iyong susuwayin, ang susunod sa iyo ay sumpa. Walang sino mang gusto sa atin na maranasan ang sumpa. So if you make God a vital part of everything you do, kung gagawin mo siyang napakahalagang partner sa lahat ng iyong gagawin, anong gagawin niya? He will guide you because you will be working to accomplish His purposes. Kaya nga mga kapatid, nais kong hanapin muna natin ang kaharian ng Diyos. Sana sa pagkakataong ito, upang malaman natin who is the great Scoutmaster, it's God Himself. Kung siya ang greatest sa lahat, isuko natin ang ating buhay sa Kanya. Paano natin isusuko rather? Just as a simple ABC. Una, admit. Admit. Ano yung admit mo? Tanggapin mo na ikaw ay nagkasala at hindi nakarating sa kaluwalhatian ng Diyos. Lahat tayo ay nagkasala. Kapag sinabi mong ikaw ay walang pagkakasala, ikaw ay sinungaling. Pangalawa, believe, pananampalataya. Pananampalataya mo na lahat ng ginawa ng Panginoon ay sapat ng kabayaran sa lahat ng ating pagkakasala. Hindi tayo maliligtas ng ating mabubuting gawa. Hindi rin tayo maliligtas ng ating relihiyon. Ang tanging makakapagligtas lamang sa atin ay ang pagkakaroon ng Jesus sa ating mga puso. Pangatlo, confess. Ikumpisal natin ang lahat ng ating kasalanan sa Kanya at siya ay handang patawarin tayo sa lahat ng ating mga pagkakasala. Kumakatok si Jesus sa inyong puso, papapasukin niyo ba? Sa sino mang nais papasukin si Jesus sa kanyang puso, sabihin mo ang panalangin ito. Panginoong Jesus, salamat po sa iyong dakilang pag-ibig sa akin. Panginoon, patawarin niyo po ako sa lahat ng kasalanan na aking nagawa. Salamat Panginoon sa kapatawaran. Mula ngayon, ikaw na ang Panginoon, ikaw na ang tagapagligtas ng aking buhay. Sa pangalan mo, Jesus, itong aking panalangin na may pasasalamat. Amen. Palakpakan natin ang lahat na nagsuko ng kanilang buhay sa ating Panginoon. Muli, salamat po sa inyong pakikinig at magandang umaga po. Magandang araw po sa bawat isa. Ito po muli si Pastor Robert Mortel. Salamat po at kayo ay pagpalain ng ating Panginoon.
Okay. Thank you so much, Pastor Robert Martel, for the informative and interesting talk. We learned so much from you. Okay, this webinar on spiritual and psychosocial is sponsored by Boy Scouts of the Philippines, Paranaque Council, headed by our Council Commissioner, Dr. Evangeline Piladines, Program Commissioner, Scouter Dr. Antonio Elayacan, and our Council Scout Executive Scouter, Ma'am Heidi S. Oprasio. We would like to acknowledge the presence of our CID Chief, Dr. Bernardo Mascarina, and our District Commissioner with ATC and CML, Dr. Minewin Sardanya. And of course, the elementary and secondary school heads, school scouting coordinators, and Scouter Robert Castaneda, our field executive officer.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Arian. At this juncture, we will go ahead and take some time. If you have any questions or clarifications about the talk, please Be sure and feel free to type your questions into the chat box in your control panel. Thank you. Is there any questions from our FB page and from our YouTube live channel? Please feel free to type your questions if you have questions in the chat box in the control panel. Thank you. Ma'am Ariane, I think we don't have questions from our FB page.
Okay, may nag-raise po ng question from Rafael Babalo. I have a question pero hindi pa po siya naka-indicate.
Sa YouTube, YouTube yan.
He looked at me, I looked at him, he sized up me, he sized up me, I sized up him, I sized up him. He looked at me, I looked at him, he sized up me.
Okay, I will just read the comments from our FB Live. So, from Melba Otagan Montes, good morning po. Watching from Sedles. John Liomel O. Montes from grade 2 Mahogany. Okay. Melissa Locias Dolino, good morning po from Sampaloc Site 2 Elementary School. Grade 2 Emerald. John Chel Dolino. Okay, from Cecilia Lumaban. Present po from Paranaque City. From Ilsirp Bonits Bainado, good morning po. Jaden B. Haramillo from Three Bayabas of Sedles.
The lowest rank was 10 feet up, was 10 feet. I had to jump, I had to jump.
Greetings from Ezekiel Puno Samson from Unit 1, Grade 6, Tangile. And from Jessie Che Menoy from BS1 Sunflower. Another message from John Francis Resurrection. Good morning po. Watching from Fort State Elementary School.
Okay, from Jumin Rodolfo Abareta, present po from San Antonio Elementary School. And Marilu Yangson, John Marilu Yanson, Sampaloc Site 2 Elementary School, Grade 5 Diamond. And from Jessie Che Menoy, from BESC Grade 1 Sunflower.
Let us all greet our viewers from our Facebook Live. And let us continue. We don't have questions. Thank you very much to all the participants. And as a token of appreciation for sharing his time and his valuable contribution, may we invite our very inspiring, kind-hearted Council Scout Executive, Scouter Ma'am Heidi of Rasho, to kindly present a memento to our guest speaker.
We would like to acknowledge the presence of our Regional Scout Director, Ramil Tami Borbon. Nasa FB Live po siya. Nanonood. Good morning po, sir. So from Oliverio P. Pineda, thank you po, Pastor Robert. Watching from Marty's Memorial United Methodist Church. Okay, good morning, Scouter Robert Castaneda, our Field Executive Officer. Kindly read the citation of our token of appreciation. Thank you.
Sige, ma'am. I'll be the one who will be reading it. Wait lang po. Pa-share lang po na screens, ma'am. Pa-share na lang po na screen. We start. Bakit wala akong share? May kopya po ba tayo ng ano? May kopya po tayo ng certificate so I can, para may post po. Share screen. Basahin ko na lang po. Boy Scout of the Philippine National Capital Region, Paranaque City Council award this certificate to Pastor Robert P. Mortel for sharing words of wisdom to guide and encourage and enrich the lives of individuals in the spiritual and psychosocial virtual seminar for Scout Masters, adult leaders, and Scouts, held this December 12, 2020, Saturday, 8 o'clock to 9:30 p.m. via Google and Facebook Live, conducted by the Boy Scout of the Philippines, Paranaque City Council, signed Scouter Antonio Layacan, LT, Council Program Commissioner, Scouter Rolando L. Malikdem, LT, Council Training Commissioner, and Scouter Heidi S. Opracio, ALT, Council Scout Executive. Sir, thank you for giving us encouragement on the seminar po. Maraming salamat po.
Welcome. You're all welcome.
Thank
It's
you
my
so much.
pleasure and joy
Thank
to
you
be
so
part
much.
of the webinar.
Sir,
God
pasend ko
bless you
lang po
all.
yung email so we can send the e-certificate po.
Thank you so much, Pastor Mortel.
You're welcome.
Before we call on Sir Rolly for the closing remarks, let us take a moment and offer a 1-minute silent prayer to remember and pray for the eternal repose of the soul of our fellow Scouter Z. Lynette Javier. And for our closing remarks, let us hear it from our Council Training Commissioner, Scouter Sir Rolando Malikdim.
Good morning to everybody, to the technical working group, to the training team of Paranaque City Council, to all the district commissioner present here in this webinar, to our Honorable Mayor Edwin Olivares, to our CID Chief. I know you are there, sir. Sir Bernardo Mascareña. Sir, good morning. To our Council Commissioner, Scouter Evangeline P. Ladines. To our ASDS, Scouter Violeta M. Gonzalez, who is our birthday celebrant for today. To our Regional Scout Director, Scouter Ramil Borbon. Sir, good morning. To all the participants here in the Google Meet and in FB Live. And of course, to our guest speaker, Pastor Robert Timortel. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. It is very timely, no? In this time of pandemic, napaka-timely yung binigay na topic because it reminds us about our duty to God, no? Duty to self, and duty to others. No? I could still remember nung ako'y bata pa, pag tumunog yung kampana sa simbahan, lahat ng tao humihinto at nagpipray ng Angelus. Na ngayon, hindi na natin nakikita. So maybe it's nice or important na ibalik natin yun. No? And of course, it also reminds us to be prayerful most of the time. Kasi we know that prayer can move a mountain. And then we should also remember the golden rule and the greatest commandment, no? Sa duty to people, we have our duties and obligations sa ibang tao. We need to live also in the scouting way. As a scouter and as a scout participants, no, we must also develop a strong character. Sabi nga your thoughts become your words becomes your actions become your habit, and your habits becomes your destiny. We create our own destiny, no? Kung ano yung gusto natin at ginagawa natin, we will achieve it, no? It is biblical. It is biblical. According to based on Jeremiah 29:11, nakalagay doon, for God knows your plan for us to prosper and not to suffer. So hindi ginusto ng Diyos na mag-suffer tayo. Kung sakali man we suffer because we create our own destiny. And finally, pagdating naman sa taas, maybe ang tanong sa atin, sa final judgment, what have you done? So, maaaring ganun ang tanong sa atin. Kaya this also reminds us, especially the participants, no, to love whatever pleasurable experience from the past, to love and keep repeating what you have done good. And it is also important for us to have an inner peace because inner peace can be seen ultimately in our patience. Sa mga bata naman, as a growing child, you must derive a vitalizing sense of responsibility and awareness that each individual is important to us, no? And we must have a variant success to identify ourselves and to have a space-time in life. And finally, patience is virtue. We cannot achieve anything without patience. So to all the participants and to all of us, again, we should be thankful for the day that we have now. We should be thankful for the gift of life, for becoming healthy, and for all the greater opportunities given to us. And for that, thank you also for giving me the opportunity to give the closing remarks. Again, to all of us, thank you, good morning, and God bless.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Sir Rolly.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our morning. Finally, we come to the end part of our webinar. On behalf of BSP Paranaque Council, we would like to say thank you for making time in your busy schedules to join us in our webinar this morning. We would like to extend our gratitude to the people behind this webinar, the technical working group, Sir Mark Paulo Tahadlangit, Sir Mark Paul Saladas, Sir Mark Paul Bides, Sir Daniel Jason Saladas, Sir Gerald Gadhano, Sir Romel Rebelta, and to the registration team, program team, technical system group, training team, and of course to our Scout executive, Scouter Ma'am Heidi S. Apracio, to our program commissioner, Scouter Dr. Antonio L. Layacan, and to our Council Commissioner, Dr. Evangeline Pilodines. We would also like to acknowledge Sir Sherwin Kenneth Madayag. Okay, thank you po, Ma'am Sharon.
Our guest speaker, thank you so much for the informative and interesting talk. And to all the participants, thank you so much for your active participation. Thank you so much also to our local government unit, to our Honorable Mayor Edwin L. Olivares, Chairman of Paranaque City Council, to our SDS, to our ASDS, to the Chief of the SGOD, Ma'am Thelma Monchel, and to our CID Chief, Sir Bernie Mascarina, to all the area commissioners from District 1 to District 3, to all the school heads of different public and private schools, to all the scout masters, to all the scout and to all the scouters, our learners, and to all our parents. Thank you so much. And of course, to our technical working group, thank you so much. Ma'am Ariane.
Okay, thanks again for joining us today, and we will see you again next time.
It has been our pleasure to be your moderator for this webinar, and we wish you a pleasant day.
Okay, stay safe everyone, and God bless us all.
Before we close
God bless
our
us all.
chat, may we request
Salamat sa Pastor.
Ma'am Rad for the good picture
Thank you,
taking.
Pastor.
To all the participants here in our Google Meet, may we request everyone to open
Good
up
morning,
their
sir.
picture
Like
taking.
them.
Group picture taking po tayo.
Good morning, Sir Rolly. Good morning, Ma'am Loria.
And also, thank you so much to our Council Scout Executive, Ma'am Heidi. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Ma'am Rina.
Ma'am Rina, good morning. Ma'am Rina.
Salamat po. Thank you.
Ma'am Belena, good morning. Sir Robert, Ma'am Gloria.
Morning po,
Ma'am
morning.
Rina, good morning. Sa ating MC, good morning din po.
Morning.
Good morning po.
Thank you, everyone.
Sir Joel. Sir Joel, good morning.
God bless.
Morning, Ma'am Loria. Ma'am Loria.
Sir Robert, good morning, Sir Robert.
Morning po. Ma'am Loria.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am Loria.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am Loria, pasend po yung email ni Pastor
Okay,
Pastor
sige po.
Robert po. So, we can send the e-certificate para sa kanya po.
Okay,
Robert?
sir.
Sir Robert?
Noted.
Pa.
Paki-correct lang yung middle initial ko. B as in boy, hindi po L.
Sige po, sige po.
Bago i-send kay Pastor,
Letter P po.
B as in boy.
B as in boy. Sige po.
Opo,
Okay
opo.
po.
Kasi nanay ko kanina, Rolando L. Malikrim eh.
Sige po, sige po. Sir.
Okay, thank you po, thank
B
you po.
as in ano po?
As in boy, opo.
Boy, sige po.
As in Boy Scout, ayun.
Sige po, sir. I-correct
Okay
ko po. Bago ko send
Okay.
kay Pastor po.
Okay, thank you po, thank you po.
Thank you.
Refren.
Dito pala, yan.
Friend, ang payat mo na, friend.
Oo, pwede na ba?
Marina.
Po. Morning po, Sir Joel. Sir Joel. Sino ba yun?
Marina.
Sir Malikde.
Sir Malikde. Ma'am Bilela, good morning po, good morning po.
Ma'am Nelly.
Ma'am Gloria, maraming salamat ha, Ma'am Wilma.
Thank you, Re. Thank you, everyone. God bless. Thank you,
Ingat po.
Sir Joel.
Ingat po.
Thank you. Thank you, Sir Joel.
Sige, God bless po sa inyong lahat.
Bless.
Pa-remind po yung participants dun sa attendance and evaluation.
Okay po. May link na ba sa evaluation, ma'am?
Baka malimutan.
I-send yung link para sa evaluation.
Thank you.
Don't forget po yung evaluation.
Yung link po, para may share na natin.
Sige po, sige po.
Okay, thank you.